sick little Switch scoop for 150 bucks from a woman who's selling it straight down the street. Sign me up.
Let's go.
Hey.
I was trying to figure out how to delete like all the stuff out of here, but
I can fully reset it too.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
I appreciate the deal.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course. Have a good one.
You too. So this actually turned out to be a really sick deal. 150 bucks. Woman lived right down the street. Beautiful Switch case with that pixelated Zelda on the cover. She tossed in 4 games, including Ninja Warrior, Just Dance 2021, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, arguably the best Mario Kart.
You sit on a throne of lies.
And finally, Super Mario Party. This one pushes some good cash. Guys, you can't beat an Animal Crossing Switch for 150 bucks, especially if it comes with the box. We got the dock, the cords, and finally the system itself. Beautiful condition. Guys, like I've said before, whenever I pick up Nintendo Switches when they're pre-owned, they're always destroyed. So it's nice to find one in this good of condition. Wanted to give a quick breakdown of this Animal Crossing Switch slot. 150 bucks, you can't beat it. Let's keep going. A little bit of a cool deal here. Guy pops on my OLED Switch trade post. He's looking to trade a couple handhelds and some solid games for an OLED Switch. I say it's not quite enough, and he says, what else can I get? I said, hey, I can offer you a brand new turquoise Switch Lite. What do you think? My man said sold. Guys, there's some solid games in here. Stay tuned. Good, Cody.
Hey Aaron, nice to meet you.
You want to crack that open, check it out?
All the Game Boy games are in there. There's these kind of cases here where
Protecting the good ones.
yeah, and then some extra kind of manuals I threw in. So
Manuals definitely add value, that's great. All in there?
Yes, sir.
Let me know if you have any issues, okay?
hey, thanks.
Thanks
You too.
again. Trade secure. Got the bag right here. What's in it? What did we get for a Switch Lite brand new? Now I paid a total of 200 bucks for that Switch Lite about a year ago. Starting off with the games, we got 15 of these bad boys. A lot of filler titles in here, but there's a couple notable mentions. Progress Adventures 2, not bad. Pokemon Pinball, I did not know this one pushed 30 bucks, but it does. Sims 2 busting out. Wild Thornberries. Does anybody else remember watching this show? Now these next 3 are the bangs.
Consider subscribing if you want to live, of course.
What? Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, solid GBA game right here. My favorite in the lot, Zelda: A Link to the Past, 4 swords. If you haven't given this a play, give it a try, you'll fall in love. And lastly, the banger Pokemon Sapphire version. Big game, pushes around 75 bucks, I believe. And what's really cool is that he tossed in a bunch of manuals, a nice solid stack of them. The manuals for all the games are here besides Pokemon Sapphire, so that's a little cool. But of course, we got the 2 hitters of the lot, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland and A Link to the Past. Both manuals are in mint condition. That's pretty solid. Next up, we got a few handhelds here, including the handheld carry bag. Game Boy Advance, this is the one I had as a wee lad. We got a white Game Boy Advance in actually pretty good condition. The screen doesn't look too bad. I know the white one is a little bit more sought after, so that's kind of cool. A silver Game Boy Advance. I have actually never come across one of these bad boys in the wild. Back battery pack intact. And lastly, we got that solid Game Boy Advance SP Blue. Really solid piece in this lot right here, and if you pair it up with Pokemon Sapphire, you got yourself a sick combo. Guys, the trade game is still going strong, and I hope you've given it a try at least once. Again, these games are out there. You just got to get them to come to you. Hello? Big trade, Nintendo, Pokemon, you name it. Oh my, are you kidding me? I ain't lying, my man. Hold on, let me call you back really quick. Just got quite the solid offer on my Facebook Marketplace Series S trade post. We're talking original Nintendo 64, Pokemon, you name it. So strap on your seatbelts, because we got a big one.
So this is what I got in the mail from my mom. Unfortunately, it wasn't all of my stuff because I have a lot more NES games,
Okay.
but I have the 2 good ones. And then this needs a new battery in it. This thing just started having issues with me now. A Japanese copy of Pokemon Silver. Game Boy
works.
Advance. There is a line right here.
You want to crack that open, make sure it's all in there. So we're good to go?
Yeah.
Awesome,
That's
okay.
great.
Another Series S trade out the door, and a solid bundle of funky bongos on the floor. We got an original NES system right here. Went ahead and popped this baby in with the extra cords that I had lying around, and guess what? It didn't work. Which, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that me and the original NES just don't get along that well. Nevertheless, there were 2 solid games, including Gold Cartridge, The Legend of Zelda. If I had to choose any NES game, I would probably choose Super Mario Bros. 3, but this one would be close second. And finally, Super Mario Bros. The original. Can't get this one enough times. Nintendo 64, loaded up with 1 solid game, Magical Challenge Tetris. This is a Capcom game. I never even knew Capcom made a Tetris game. Nevertheless, that's about a $20 hitter. Went ahead and checked for the expansion pack, and we were sadly disappointed. Not a problem though, the N64 was equipped with a solid atomic purple controller. In fairly good condition. He also tossed in this GameStop GameCube controller on random. I don't think these ones are worth that much money, but it leads us to our GameCube games. All of these are disc only, and they have some scratches on the back, which is a little poopy. Nothing a disc resurfacer won't fix. We got Sonic Gems, Curious George, Crash Nitro Kart, Frogger's Adventure, Super Monkey Ball 2, Mario Power Tennis, and finally Luigi's Mansion. Some solid games in here worth around $100+ alone. Again, guys, this whole lot right here was traded out by an Xbox Series S. Really solid deal, so my buy cost for this lot right here is essentially $160. Check out this fine piece of history right here. Mario Bros. Multi-screen Game & Watch. I believe this baby's from 1983, if you can believe it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to test if it works because I need some new batteries in this bad boy. Still a really solid collectible piece right here. All in all, collectors. If one of y'all has the vintage Zelda Game & Watch, hit me up. I might got a trade for you. For real, message me on Instagram. I'm not lying.
Do it.
Red Game Boy Advanced SP in pretty rough condition. Looks like some dummy scratched something into the surface right here. That's a shame. Really solid games right here, including the best in the lot. Pokemon Leaf Green. Is it authentic? Yes, we got that indented number. 4 square on the back. And the Game Boy Advance lettering up there looks nice and flush. That's a $50 to $100 banger. Shaman King Master of Spirits 2. I actually haven't heard of this game before, but it's a Konami, so you know those babies hit. And finally, we got Pokemon Silver. Zane Nagara so niwa nihoni yonimi e ni nori so de kudai ketsu arimasen ga sore de mo kudorese. Almost forgot to mention, as part of the NES system, he tossed in a free controller, which was really sick. For real though, we got the Nintendo 3DS XL NES edition. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. When my man tossed over a photo of this baby right here, I got jacked up. I was really happy, but when I arrived at his place, he said all of a sudden it didn't work. So that's really disappointing and super odd considering how mint condition these screens are. Not to mention the outer shell just looks superb. Now the issue we're dealing with here is you pop the power button on, you get a blue indicator light, then suddenly you get that tiny little sound and it shuts off. If y'all know how to fix it, comment down below, let me know. A little off-putting not to mention that beforehand, but when we're looking at the total value of this lot, I'm still happy.
Are you sure about that?
Lastly, some solid games. Super Smash Bros. 3DS, Mario Kart 7, a big one right here. Pokemon Heart Gold for the Nintendo DS. Is it authentic? Hold it up to the light. If we got that purple hue, yes it is. So that's a solid 75 bucker right there. And finally, an Action Replay DSi. Be on the lookout for these babies right here. They are big pushers. I believe this one alone goes for $50 to $100, so that's a big one. Not too bad for a Series S trade. One more down in the books. Progress is going well over here at Kody with the K, and I hope it's going well for you too. Really excited to show you guys the next trade once it comes through the door. Fingers crossed. Let's go.